Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today I wanted to go over with you a very simple concept of how to, for all my newbies out there that are just getting into programming and whatnot. Historically, SourceForge was the source repository for all the cool open source projects out there. Obviously, in the last few years, GitHub's pretty well taken over that whole ring. So I just want to show you how to download a project. So here, if you go into this thing called Google, Google's your friend, and I go GitHub trading. So I'm going to look at one of these projects, in this case, this gecko. You can see it's quite big. And I don't know what it is, just some bot or something, and it's all cool. So when you come to the main project here, in this case, you want to click on clone or download. Now, the first thing is, I'm on obviously a Mac OS. Let me just go up to one of my proper navigation here. Right here, let's say. Okay, so I'm gonna call this make dir gecko in my terminal here, my bash terminal. And I'm using an app called iTurn. It's quite good. You can do all kinds of stuff that, you know, splitting up the screen and whatnot. So let me just maximize it. So here I've got this thing called gecko. Now I'll just navigate into it. Simple stuff, right? So if what I want to do is, if you come under here under, oh, let me just show you the most important thing. Hopefully you know about this thing called brew install. It's kind of like an apt get install. So you know, I moved off of Windows about a year and a half ago. But if you're a Linux person, you're into Ubuntu, let's say, or Debian like Linux, there's this command here called apt get install, and it's a package manager. It's very easy to work with in Linux, and I've probably done enough videos on it. So if you got sudo apt get install and then the name of the package you want, it'll install it cleanly for you if it's packaged up right. So that's an Ubuntu or some kind of Debian compliant Linux. So when you look at Mac, which I really like because it's a combination of a really nice interface, graphic interface obviously, and has got the Linux, or actually Unix, in the underlying engine. So if you just do a Google search for brew install, homebrew is the one you want, and what you do is just follow these simple commands. I think Ruby, the language that's written in, is installed as core part of the Mac OS, so you shouldn't have to really worry about that. So you just install that, and then to run brew, you just run brew install, like no different than the apt get I just showed you here. The homebrew is really cool, and so you can do here. Let's see if I can do a find brew install. Yeah, right here. So this is brew install. You just install the package you want. So one of them is brew install git, and that will enable you to run the git command line tools. So here it's just updating the git. So we need to have this installed on our operating system, and I believe you can do the same thing in Linux as well. This may be a little obvious for more advanced people, but for Linux or newbies, it can be confusing. So anyways, let me just pull up the Ubuntu one. So you got Linux, Ubuntu, then apt get install, and then just do that. And that should install git on your Linux environment if you're running Ubuntu, let's say. Okay, meanwhile, on this site, let's try this one. Wow, this site's very slow. Let me try the Ubuntu. Okay, so here you go. all you gotta do is just do sudo apt-get update to update all the current packages you have on your Linux environment, and then you just run that. Simple. Okay, so let's check out the one for that package I showed you earlier. So we've got Git running. Here's all the switches and flags you can run with it. In our case, we're just going to do a very simple one. So we're here under this project here, this gecko. So you just click on this clone or download. Just double click that. You can download it as a zip, but there's a way easier. So if you just do this, pwd to see where I'm at. So if I go into the gecko, let's just say I make a temp directory, move into it. Okay, so I just go git clone, and then the paste it in. Boom, it's going to download it. So now I have gecko installed all over the place. No different than what you see here. And that's pretty well it. It's simple as that. So better terminate this video before my drive gets full. Okay, over now. Hopefully I'll be out. Take it easy.